Hello everyone. Welcome back to the channel. It's Mal here with more Disney Dreamlight Valley. So we are going to take a little break from our Fairy Godmother quest line because I came into the game today and I have a new quest from Merlin. So I thought we would go ahead and see what that is all about. It is called the Forgotten Relics. So I have him kind of cornered right here, so let's go ahead and have a chit chat. Now, the fairy godmother has informed me of all you went through in the dreamscape. I hope having to live out someone else's memories wasn't too terribly discombobulating for you. Yeah, I wanted to talk about what I learned from the Forgotten's memories. Of course, tell me what you have surmised. I think the Forgotten can be saved. The Forgotten's just a mixed up kid. I know we can fix all this. I just have to find the right words to say. I'm afraid there might not be words that will stop the Forgotten. At least not words I've found, for I've certainly tried. I saw you trying to talk to the Forgotten in one of the memories. You gave the Forgotten some great advice. It's too bad they weren't ready to hear it yet. You said that no matter what we leave behind, there are some things that must never be forgotten. Things like friendship, love, and care. Of course, that was rather wise of me, wasn't it?
How unfortunate.
You need only look skyward anywhere in the valley to see what happens when we do forget.
Well,
You have noticed the rips in the sky, haven't you? Why, the very fabric of reality is coming undone around us. To find the Forgotten and stop this, we'll need something connected to the Forgotten, something left behind. Follow me. I've uncovered something at Mickey's house that's sure to help us. It'll be easier to understand once you've seen it. You guys see the rips that he was talking about? They are everywhere. You can see them on Mickey's house. Observe, there on the roof of Mickey's house. It's not just the rips in the sky. There's dark magic bleeding through the very fabric of reality. Fortunately, the phenomenon is quite localized. Only certain places seem to be affected. Maybe these places were important to the Forgotten. I hypothesize it's not the places themselves, but something inside of them. Okay, now we can go inside. Search Mickey's house to find something imbued with the Forgotten's dark magic. Okay. Yeah, so this has to be it. Oh, look, is that the Dreamlight Castle? Cool. Now, let's see. A book of fairy tales. It's positively saturated with dark magic. It must have been the Forgotten's once. There's no other explanation. We've got something that belonged to the Forgotten. What's next? I'm afraid for this enchantment, we'll need at least 3 more Forgotten relics, just like this. Okay, where do I find them? Keep an eye out for more places where dark magic is seeping through into our world. They could be anywhere in the village. Some of the relics might be quite special, others more mundane, but they'll all have dark magic emanating from them, just like this one does. Alright, find the relics, save the village. We also must obtain the story behind each relic. Stories hold a magic all their own. Uncover the stories and you'll be able to harness the magic. You must discover why these things were of such importance to the Forgotten. You found the first one in Mickey's house. Perhaps Mickey knows the story behind it. Okay, I'll look around the village and go talk to Mickey. Thanks, Merlin. So we have to find... It says 4 more relics. I thought we needed 4 total. And we already had the storybook, but it's saying 0 out of 4. I guess we'll see. But I also, there was a little side quest that popped up. So we need to get the story behind this, the story behind the storybook by talking to Mickey Mouse. Gosh, Mal, things around the village aren't looking so good. Those cracks in the sky are pretty scary. Is there anything I can do to help? As a matter of fact, there is. Does this look familiar? A book of fairy tales? You betcha. That's been in my house for just about as long as I can remember. We think it once belonged to the Forgotten. Do you know the story behind it? Now that you show it to me, I'm remembering everything. When you were just a little kid, we read this together. Aww. At first, I'd read it to you, and then one day, all of a sudden, you were old enough to read it to me. Oh, and sometimes we just make up our own stories to go along with the pictures. I wish I could remember this. It's a pretty special book. Lots of stories about brave heroics and evil villains. And everything comes out right just in time for the happily ever after. Oh, let's read it together again someday. We haven't read together since... Hey, now that I think about it, the last time we read this together was right before the forgetting. But that wasn't really you, was it? It was the Forgotten. They left the book with me. They seemed pretty mad. But I think deep down they were really sad about something. Gee, I hope you can help the Forgotten out. Mickey, the storybook. The magic coming off of it is stronger than ever. You've done a lot to help. Now I'll do my part to try to save the Forgotten. Alright, cool. Okay, so yeah, I didn't read that entirely, apparently. So for it to count, you have to not only find the relic, but you have to get the story behind it as well. So now we have 1 out of 4. Alright, so now we need to find 3 more of the relics, and I am going to look around for the first one and I will be right back. Okay guys, we are in the Frosted Heights in Olaf's Cave, and behind me there is, not sure exactly what this is, but it has the purple purple fumes coming off of it. So let's go ahead and pick it up. Okay, the blanket. Alright. You've uncovered a blanket imbued with dark magic inside the secret chamber. Olaf spent a long time locked in there. Perhaps he knows the story behind it. Here he is, my favorite snowman. What in the world? Did he just sneeze off his carrot nose?
Oh, hi!
Well, I'm so glad you're here. I don't want to alarm you, but I've noticed that the village seems to be, broken? The sky looks angry. Unfortunately, my arms aren't long enough to give it a hug. He's so sweet. Alright, let's see. I was hoping you could help me with all that. Oh, I'd love to help. But how am I supposed to help? I found a blanket in the secret chamber. I think it used to belong to the Forgotten. Do you know anything about it? The fuzzy cuddly blanket, you found it! But I don't know too much about it. I do know who might. Elsa. I remember it from her room at the castle. Of course, she doesn't get cold, but I think she just likes being cozy sometimes. She has to know the story behind that blanket. Great, thanks Olaf. I'll go talk to Elsa. And in the meantime, I'll just find and categorize all the different kinds of rocks in the village. Alright, buddy. I'm calling it controlling what I can when things feel out of control.
See you soon.
I guess that's a good strategy. Mal, I've seen what's going on in the sky over the village. If there's any way I can help, you only have to ask. I don't even know how to help myself. We'll figure this out. We always have. Well, I know there's one way you can definitely help. Take a look at this. It does look familiar, from a long time ago. We think it belonged to the Forgotten. We need to know the story behind it. You were just a child then. You wanted to explore the ice cavern with me. But it was so cold in there. So I brought you my favorite blanket from home. And when the Forgotten split off, well, I guess they held on to it until they dropped it in the secret chamber. I wish I could remember this, but I guess the Forgotten has some of those memories. Well, I hope you can help pull the Forgotten back from the edge before it's too late. And if you do manage to bring them back, well, maybe I can talk with them. I know what it's like to go too far. Thanks, Elsa. That's all I need for now. The magic coming off the blanket seems stronger already. Nice! Alright, time for relic number 3. Alright, we are in Ursula's cave. So, not her house, but the cave where we found her on Dazzle Beach. And we've got, looks like a shovel and pail. It's got the dark magic coming off of it, so let's go ahead and pick that up. Forgotten relics, beach toys. You know, I was thinking about Ursula the other day, and also about all of the skins that several of the characters have gotten over time, and I'm wondering if they are planning to give Ursula another skin so she can turn into Vanessa, and that way she can eat at Remy's restaurant, she can walk around, all that stuff, just like Ariel has her mermaid form and her, I don't know if you call it human form, but when she gets legs, so she can either swim around or walk around. Then Ursula could do the same thing. And then that way you can actually hang out with her also. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Angelfish, have you finally come to ask for my help dealing with all that trouble in the sky? It's about time. Ah, I do need your help. Take a look. What is this rubble you're handing me? If you're looking to trade, you'll need to find something far better than all this. I found those beach toys in the same cave that I freed you from. I think they used to belong to the Forgotten. Do you remember them? These might be the key to saving Dreamlight Valley. Now that you mention it, they do look a tad familiar. I'll tell you about them, and all it'll cost you is a simple commendation. I hear everyone else around here are receiving them. Don't I deserve some accolades too? Yeah, nobody's better at making deals. And don't you forget it. I always come out on top. Okay. Alright, those trinkets. You used to play with them as a child. You and Moana. Moana? Of course. I'll go talk to Moana. And Mal, when you find the Forgotten and stop this little scheme, tell them to come see me. I can teach them a thing or two about getting what they want. Oh boy, I don't... Well, why would I ever do that? Alright, let's go find Moana. Hey Moana, I've got something I need you to look at. Sure, Mal. Well, what are these? Toys? Are you sure you want to play in the sand? Shouldn't you be saving the valley? Well, that's what I'm trying to do. These toys are the key to saving the valley. I think these toys used to belong to the Forgotten. I was hoping you might remember them. Well, it's like the fog's rolled in over my memories of them. Focus on your memories of me. Just think of all the memories we've made together since you've come back to the village. Oh, that's so strange. The moment you said that, it's like the fog lifted. I do remember these. You and I used to play with them when you were just a little kid. It reminded me of when I was small and played in the sand with Grandma Tala. Well, how did they wind up in that cave? Well, one day I asked you if you wanted to play, and it was like you couldn't hear me, as if you were really far away. That wasn't you anymore, was it? It was the Forgotten. They threw these toys away in the cave and ran off. I was confused and pretty sad. It wasn't like you to do something like that. Maybe not, but the Forgotten is a part of me. That kid who played on the beach with you, that part of me is in there somewhere. Well, you were an amazing kid. If that's the part of you that became the Forgotten, I hope there's still some way to save them. Alright, beach toys complete. Let's go get the last relic. Okay, so we are in Scar's lair, and I already see... Oh, it looks like a drawing. That's cute. Why is he... Stop that. Please stop that. Oh, that was weird. Okay, you found a funny drawing in Scar's cave. Perhaps Scar knows the story behind it. Ah, Mal. Just who I was thinking of. By my estimations, you're doing a rather poor job ruling over this valley. Why, it looks to me like the sky is falling in. Are you sure you wouldn't be happier with someone more cunning in charge? Yeah, nice try, Scar. I have no idea what you mean. But if you haven't come here to ask me to reign over the valley, then what do you want? Hey, I found something in your cave. I think it used to belong to the Forgotten. It might be the key to stopping the Forgotten's plans. Do you know the story behind it? No, I've never seen it before. You are fibbing. I have absolutely no idea. Why would I want to remember such a hideous, charmless image of me? So you admit it's a drawing of you. Please, Scar, this might be the only way to stop the Forgotten and save the valley. Fine, if I must, to ensure I have a kingdom left to rule over, then I'll tell you. And I suppose you are the closest thing I have to to someone I tolerate. You made this for me, Mal, when you were just a cub. It hardly captures my likeness, but I admit I found it rather nice to receive a gift, even such a pitiful one. I've kept it ever since. Thanks, Scar. Your story might help me stop the Forgotten. Do have a bit of mercy for the Forgotten. Imagine what they must think, watching you ruling over all that the light touches while they are consigned to the shadows. I know all too well how that feels. Alright, the drawing is complete. And the Forgotten Relics is complete. So, it's kind of cute to hear how, I don't know, sensitive Scar is to the Forgotten and how he kept that drawing all this time. Okay, my friends, so we have found all of the Forgotten Relics and we've found the stories behind them. So we are well on our way to figuring out what comes next. For right now, I am going to end this episode right here, and when we come back, we will continue with Merlin's quest of the Dark Castle. I really hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Please be sure to give the video a like, comment, and subscribe if you have not, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!